Thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com, home of technical analysis education in both the stock market and cryptocurrency worlds. See the links in the description of this video for more information on our two courses, Entries and Exits on the Fundamentals of Technical Analysis, as well as our new course on Trading Cryptocurrency Strategy. Purchase both and receive a 20% off bundle discount. Thanks for checking us out. Let's get on to the technical analysis. Hello everyone, I got so excited and recorded the bounce and all of the analysis before including a part that I really wanted to talk about. So I'm going to talk about that first, and then right after that we got the technical analysis. So this is NVDA. There's companies in the stock market, the US stock exchanges, that are based in the cryptocurrency space, or at least have their hands in it. NVDA, MU, and AMD are the tickers of these names. I'm going to be covering NVDA and AMD today because their correlation was directly lined up with the oversold bounce that we saw in cryptocurrencies. So these names have been on fire. This semiconductor sector is on fire in 2017. Number one, because they deal in artificial intelligence and with self-driving cars. And number two, because they sell the equipment for miners. And they were selling out of a ton of their equipment as this crypto hype hit. So these names have been performing really well. They've been at all-time highs. And look at this sell-off we had in NVDA to start today. It was an all-out dump. We very rarely see the 5-minute RSI on NVDA hit single digits. We were playing this oversold bounce. Guess when the bottom of the cryptocurrency dump started? Or guess when it was hit? It was hit right here. So it was actually hit 5 minutes after. And NVDA, the low of the day was hit. We are now up multiple percent from this oversold bounce. If you play options, these are huge gains, but it's notable because it was a direct correlation, the dump with cryptos and the bounce. I have not seen that. I watch these stocks every single day along with cryptos. I have not seen a correlation like this ever between the two. And look at AMD. Dump, bottom at the exact same time, and an oversold bounce with higher lows and higher highs continuing. This is very notable for me. This is the strongest marriage of correlation that I've seen between the stock world and the cryptocurrency world ever. And I'm going to be watching very closely for this to continue. It obviously makes sense logically because these stocks are tied to cryptocurrencies, but we've seen plenty of cryptocurrency dumps before, and I've been following these stocks all of 2017 every single day. I've got them up on one screen, I've got cryptos up on another screen, and I have not seen this before. So I will be watching very close for this kind of correlation to continue, as well as other correlations. Let's get on to the technical analysis. Good morning, everybody. What a day for the big three. It has been a wonderful bounce this morning. I'm going to walk you through exactly what we were doing. Got to give a big shout out to everybody in the Chart Guys chat room. We absolutely smashed this bounce, and it was very calm, cool, and collected. We had our game plans established, and all we did was execute pretty much a room full of robots, and everybody taking nice gains, nice profit, and we're not done yet on this bounce in my opinion. So let's break it down. We had the 4-hour time frame for Ethereum was extremely oversold, and it was the most oversold of the big three, so that's where my attention was. Granted, we had a very strong correlation with Bitcoin and everybody else, so definitely watching for clues in Bitcoin and anticipating the bounce and just patiently waiting. So as we headed into this morning, we were looking at this clear lower high, lower low pattern, and then we started to look for the dump and the volume climax. The first dump that I was expecting in volume climax was the break of 300 because it's a clear psychological support level, and it would break with a lot of volume looking for that volume climax. So as 300 broke, I started to scale in my position, and I made my first entry at 298.11 or 298.10 for my first 20% of my position. I took 5 positions that I was scaling in. So then I saw, okay, we're not having a ton of volume and we're not dumping. So I need to reestablish my game plan. And that told me to be more patient. And then I looked over at Bitcoin and I looked at the hourly chart and the 4-hour chart. And I saw that we were dumping here as well, but the 4-hour chart was not yet oversold. We were right at 30. So that told me, okay, Bitcoin can go down a little bit more, and that can drag down Ethereum to lower lows with it if that is going to end up playing out. So I was cautious and patient, and I was just scaling in Ethereum. Every $3 drop, I'd add another position. So I added more, let's see, 298.10, another 20% position at 295.10, and then 292.10, and then 289.10. And I scaled all the way in, and I kept about 20-25% cash, just waiting to make sure that, you know, I wasn't firing all my guns here and left empty-handed if we did still drop. So I was very confident scaling in Because when the 4-hour RSI, at this point for Ethereum, it was down in the mid-20s. And when we see that happen, we know we get long-term bounces. This is the same pattern that happens time and time again. So I would be fully confident with a 25 RSI on the 4-hour time frame and a full ETH position, and just know that I have to hold it for, 4 to 8 hours potentially to see that bounce start playing out. Worst case scenario. Fortunately, we saw the volume climax. There was a big wall on 290, and that breaking was our volume climax. So look at the amount of bull volume on this bounce. We have seen a very significant bounce at this point, and we were all in. I did add to my position with going all cash when we did see the 5-minute time frame start to establish higher lows and higher highs. So definitely left a lot on the table with that last fifth of a position, but 20% of my total position, I was just being cautious and perfectly fine with where I got in. I am now out of this trade, and I sold because the 5-minute RSI was way extended. We saw a climax here where we pushed from essentially 297 all the way up to 308. We saw an $11, $12 move in just 20 minutes with no consolidation. That's too much too fast for me. So I sold out from about 303 up to 306, took all that profit. It ended up being about a $10 move, and I'm looking to re-enter. And why I'm looking to re-enter is the volume behind this move. And we can see Bitcoin doing the same thing, the 15-minute volume. Look at these volumes. That tells us the bull volume is here, and we have these oversold bounce candlesticks. You have the bullish reversal candlestick on the 4-hour time frame for Ethereum, and we're now looking for the hourly time frame to consolidate and establish a higher low and a higher high to have confidence that this bounce is going to follow through. So we're breaking some lower high resistances, but we have to set the higher low and the higher high for complete confidence in follow through. And I'm going to give some targets. Let's do our normal rundown now. So that was our trade. Again, I got to give another shout out to the chat room because I have never been more pleased leading a group of people, a large group of people, and just very organized, no emotions, no fear, no what do I do, just clear questions that we were answering with support and resistance and what to look for. And is just, if every day could go like today, we'd all be millionaires very quickly. So Bitcoin daily time frame. And we broke out of that channel I posted in the video last night, the 4-hour time frame, and now we're back testing it as resistance. But that's where we dumped down as soon as we broke make that 5455, 54.55. As soon as that broke, we knew we were going to see further lows, and we ended up dropping down $350 from that level. So that was a clear exit point if you were still bullish, and you could reload multiple hundreds of dollars cheaper on this 4-hour oversold bounce. The hourly time frame got down to 20 on the RSI before this bounce played out. Look at the bull volume on the hourly compared to the bear volume. That's why I'm looking for follow through. That is a ton of bull volume showing a lot of strength, and that is why we're looking for higher lows and higher highs to continue playing out and for this bounce to continue longer. So on the 4-hour time frame, if I'm going to gauge where I could anticipate this bounce going to, I could be looking up to the $5,500, $5,600 range as a target for this continuation. So we have the daily chart forming a long lower wick, a higher low now on the daily at 5102. We're going to be looking for an equilibrium pattern to play out. So we have our most recent lower high, now our low, and we'll look for another lower high, most likely below 56.33, but not required to be below that low. I would say very, very likely that we're going to form a lower high compared to 57.85 and see an equilibrium tightening range play out. So we are looking for continuation. We are seeing consolidation on Bitcoin right now, but it's a bull flag. Very brief consolidation. Bearish reversal candlestick with an upper wick of profit taking is not being confirmed. We're not seeing much pullback right now, but the 15-minute time frame does need to establish a new higher low in the near term because we did extend very strong up the past 45 minutes. Checking in on Ethereum, the daily time frame, big lower wick. We did break some key supports to maintain the higher low. If you saw the videos that I've been putting out, 285.88 was the level to maintain the daily higher lows. We bounced off of 287.40. It was a perfect oversold bounce. The 4-hour time frame is a bullish reversal candlestick with a volume climax from oversold conditions. We're looking to confirm this candlestick, and we're going to be looking for this bounce to play out long enough to give us some 4-hour bull MACD crosses. That's how we know we're very successful in this bounce if we get those crosses. And the target for ETH, I'm going to be looking up at previous support, now resistance, 320. Let's see if we can get 320 by tonight. And we're going to be looking at the hourly time frame. Again, look at that bull volume. Volume climax at the bottom, continuation, higher volume than we've seen on the hourly time frame in quite some time, days and days. And we are looking for a higher low and a higher high on the hourly to be confident in continuation. The 15-minute time frame needs to consolidate as well. It's been all green candlesticks for 2 hours in a row. The 5-minute time frame has been building little supports on the way up, most recently at 303.02. but we need the longer term time frames. That's only very brief consolidation. We need the 15-minute and the hourly time frame to show higher lows on healthy consolidation. Litecoin, daily chart, higher low established, bullish reversal candlestick trying to form, big long lower wick, volume going to be significant as we still have 8 hours to go. And on the 4-hour time frame, oversold RSI, volume climax, and looking for follow through. The hourly time frame, we saw the volume climax at the bottom and a very significant bounce, resistance 57.51, and we pulled back from 57.53. So gauging where we could bounce here on Litecoin, I'd be looking up at $60 as a potential target. And these are fairly conservative targets that I'm giving on these bounces for these names. I'd say they're pretty solid. That's what I'm looking for. So we'll see if we get them. Hourly time frame, again, bull volume, need that higher low and higher high. We are breaking some lower highs, but we don't have confidence longer term on this bounce for the next 12 hours unless we get the hourly higher low and higher high. Zooming in, 15-minute time frame needs to consolidate after 45 big bull minutes in a row. 5-minute time frame has established some supports on the way up, but we're extended. The 5-minute RSIs are high, and there's some euphoria and FOMO right now. Oh, did I miss the dip? I need to rush in and buy. We do not want to be buying up here. We were buying on the way down, and we're selling up here. And if you're not selling and you want to hold and you're not comfortable trading, that's just fine, because there's, like I said, all these volumes are telling us that we're fine. So if you want to trade it, you will likely be able to reload a little bit cheaper. But if you want to just hold on to this position and you're confident we're going to see follow through, then I agree. And that's just fine. So that's where we stand on the big three. Just wanted to do a midday update after such an action-packed morning and looking for more. Just looking for some short-term consolidation, higher lows to be established, and then continuation. So I appreciate everybody watching, and we will see you all very soon.